Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your mid-October 2021 general tarot reading. We're going to be doing a 3-card spread of step back, stay, step forward. If you want to take a step back, stay in a situation, or move on from a situation that you're currently in. Just some possible actions and things you might be able to take to get through that. Hopefully this is going to resonate with you. These are general readings, so it's not necessarily going to resonate with everybody. Don't worry, don't try to make anything fit that doesn't. Try to hope that a cat doesn't come up and jump and make too much noise here while we're doing your reading. So thank you again for being here, Aquarius, and let's just get into this. Let's see what we got for you here. We're starting things off. We got the 7 of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and the 2 of Wands, with the overall feeling of the reading being the 3 of Cups. So that's nice. 3 of Cups is very good. Celebrations, so community, your friends, your family, your community just kind of coming together, supporting you, maybe coming together and celebrating something this back half of October. So that's good. It's always good to know that your family and your friends, and your community in general, they all have your back. So that's great. That's awesome to start things off with here. So that's in general. So we'll keep that in mind as we go about this. Even if you don't think your friends and family have your back and stuff, they more likely than not do. So let's take a look here. All right. So 7 of Pentacles in your step back position. So that's kind of taking a step back into reevaluation here with the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, excuse me. Got the hiccups now all of a sudden. But the 7 of Pentacles is a card of sort of evaluating if the juice is worth the squeeze, that sort of thing. This person is kind of looking across these pentacles here, wondering whether they should harvest now or not, whether it's a time to, just cut their losses, if there are such losses, or wondering if this is good enough. Should I just go for it and just, cash out now, try not to take any more risk here, things like that. So that might be a kind of attitude or vibration you might want to take a look at possibly this month. Maybe whatever situation you're dealing with at this time, maybe take a step back, kind of reevaluate things, decide whether you want to keep putting that work in, or if you want to kind of come back a bit and just cash out now. Maybe this is good enough. Maybe we'll take a look back on this. Reminds me a bit of a friend of mine. He has some old Pokemon cards he's selling. And instead of waiting from the, maybe hike up in value as the years go by, he says, well, you know what, I could really just use the cash now, and they're just sitting here. So I like that. So maybe that's a kind of thing you might be thinking about at this time. We got Spike jumping up on the table. He's been causing all sorts of ruckus this morning. Hopefully he'll stop there. But in your stay put position, we got the Judgment card. So if you want to stay put, as Spike shakes the table again, we got the Judgment card. So Judgment is all about making a final decision on something, right? You're making final judgment, like you're pushing the button. We're doing this, right? You've made the decision, you're committing. So whatever that might be for you going right now, if there's something you're dealing with where it's you have to decide whether you can commit to it or not. The Judgment card is saying, if you want, you can't commit to it. If you feel like it, if you like the situation, you like what it is, you can't commit to it. So maybe that's a solution for you, just going all out on something. The Judgment card can also represent the resurrection of something. As you can see here, this angel is sort of trumpeting and the dead are rising from their coffins here in the ocean. It's sort of to say things can be brought back to life that you may not have thought had a chance to be brought back to life. So this can be anything from anything from like an old job, maybe go back to that, or a relationship you might have had with a friend or a family member, right? Whereas we have, the 3 of Cups here over the reading here. Or maybe, rebirthing an old activity, something you used to really enjoy, and getting back to that as well. Something you thought was dead, done, over with, and maybe now's the time to give it a second life, because maybe this is an opportunity to really enjoy something and really re-spark an energy that might have been lost at one time here. So I like that. Just with the minor mention there with exes, just my own personal thing with exes is don't go back to your ex. When you think rebirth, some people think, oh, well, I'll go back with my ex. We had a good time. But it's always my opinion that exes are exes for a reason, right? They came in, taught you a lesson, and then they're moving on. right? Like, and then they move on, you go find wherever you're supposed to be, go find the next lesson, you go find the next person to share your life with. So that's just me though. So, but anyway, you don't have to mind that. If you want to take a step forward, taking a step forward into the Two of Wands, it's a card of stability first and foremost here. So stepping forward into that kind of a nature, maybe things are a little rocky at this time, and maybe if you want to move on from the situation you're currently in and make more of a focus on stability, more of a focus on that kind of stuff here in your life, where you just kind of want things to be stable and to work out, and you want things to kind of not be hectic, and you don't want to be worrying about anything, right? Maybe making more of a commitment to stuff like budgets, and more of a commitment to things like budgets and diets and, you know, schedules and things like that. It could also just say making more of a commitment to stability when it comes to the things you want in your life, right? You want to have stuff, but you got to make sure you're in a stable position before you go after them, right? If you know, for instance, you want to be like a YouTuber, for instance, and you want to start up like a YouTube channel where you teach people how to, I don't know, draw or something, right? You want to teach people how to like draw, you know, hand draw stuff. For instance, as for one particular person out there might get that, but it's like you want to bring some stability. So make sure that things are stable before you start up that YouTube channel, for instance, because you don't want to be kind of in a place back here where you're kind of reevaluating things and then throw something new into the mix and just mess up all the math on stuff, right? You want to make sure you're in a stable position, that you have time to commit to this. You have the resources to commit to it. You have the desire to commit to it as well. Also with the Two of Wands here as well, we got the World here. The World is all about, oh, what was that, buddy? He's got the World in his hands, and that's sort of to indicate that the world is in your hands. Like, you have all sorts of things you could be doing, all sorts of options, all sorts of potential paths and such in your life here as well, Aquarius. So I like that a lot. So that's awesome. Just remember throughout all this, you got your family, your community, everyone supporting you here, whether this is going to be a time for reevaluation for you, a time of rebirth or commitment to something, or a time for bringing in stability and just doing what you want to do. So I like that. So that's awesome. If you want to help out the channel, Aquarius, you can leave a like down below. You can subscribe to the channel. You can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you, Aquarius, in the next video.